So as a kid, I would always watch art book sketch tours on YouTube. It was like my favorite thing ever. And recently I just finished fully finished my first sketchbook like ever. Like all the other ones I've had before, never actually finished. Never had the dedication, I guess, but this one I did it and I'm very proud of myself. So I wanted to show it off to you guys and hopefully you like it. But this is the cover. I have a bunch of different stickers on here. I'm gonna move it around a little bit to try to get the glare off of some of them. But I especially love all the fox stickers. You can tell that I love foxes. They're my favorite animal. They're just so cute. But yeah, I really like the front cover. This is the first sketchbook I put like stickers on and decorated the front cover. So I'm pretty happy with it. And I have some on the back as well. I didn't actually fully finish up here because I didn't have stickers that were small enough to fit up there. But that's okay. It's okay. It gives it character, I guess. Anyway, so this is the beginning of the sketchbook tour. First page. So for my sketchbooks, I like to label them, which number 5, this is my 5th sketchbook. And I like to do like a little front cover page after I'm done with the entire sketchbook. So I'll leave the front page blank, and then once I finish the last page, I'll come back and I don't know, just kind of do whatever I want on the first page to show the progress of when I started to where I ended. But this one specifically, I've had the sketchbook for, what does that say? Just about 2 years. So I like to dye my hair. I've gone through a lot of colors. So on this front page, I just did everything that I started with color-wise for my hair while I had this sketchbook. And I really, really like this. I started with like the blonde and then I go this way. Currently I have the green and pink hair and I'm in love with it. It's really good. But I also really liked my rainbow hair and I kind of miss it, but it was so much upkeep. But maybe one day I'll go back to it. We'll see. But yeah, that's the front page. These, you can kind of see, you're going to see a lot of like bleeding with the markers throughout this entire thing, but these 2 drawings are tattoo designs for one of my ex-coworkers when I used to work at a restaurant. He asked me to like do, I don't know exactly what they were, if I'm being completely honest. They were like Nordic animals, like the ram and crow, and like a tree. There's some meaning behind it. If any of you guys know, you can leave it in the comments. I don't remember. I know that there was some reasoning to it, but that's what this page is. She's not really anybody. I think I was just bored one day and I wanted to draw somebody with a bunch of arms, and then she just became like a cute little moth girl. And I kind of like her. I don't know. I feel like I made her hips and thighs way too chunky and too thick for her body, but it gives her character. It's okay. But these 2, they are my pride and joy. I love them all so much. So this is Fenari. She is my cute little elf girl. She is the sweetest, most kind girl ever, and she adopted these 2 little pets over here because she found them wandering on the street, and she's like, they're mine now. So this is her cat Vixen and her raccoon Nibbles. But there's like a whole lore world for these 2. I won't delve into that too much, or maybe I will later on in the video. We'll see. But anyway, this is Luna. She is a harpy angel type creature, and she's more stoic and more like straight face, like stern, kind of knows what she wants, knows what needs to be done, very orderly. But they love each other. They're my lesbians. They're just so cute. They give me so much joy. I know for a fact there was more art of them in this sketchbook, so you will be seeing more. But I cannot express how much I enjoy their relationship in drawing them. They're so adorable. Okay, so this over here, back in high school, I used to draw, or like, not draw, I used to paint a lot of saws, like for people. I would do them on commission. So this was like an old hand jerky saw type thing. I had a client who wanted a campfire scene with some black bears on the lake with like foresty islands. So those were just like little thumbnails that I did for that. And then down here is a different saw. That one is actually in our kitchen at home. I'm currently at my college dorm, so I don't have it with me. But yeah, it's on the wall in our kitchen at home, and I was really proud with the end result of this one actually. Over here is my school year doodles, as said right here, from 2021 to 2022. So I think I would have been, oh god, I don't know. I think that was junior year for me. No, it was, because I remember doing all of these colored pages. It was in Spanish class, because I did not like Spanish class, and I did not want to be there, so I just doodled a lot. This was my A-Push teacher, and I loved him. He was so sweet and so silly. Whenever we really didn't want to do work, like as a class, if we didn't want to do work one day, we would just get him off topic, and he would go on rants about like literally anything. It was such a good time. I miss him a lot. He was a really good teacher. And then I also have these little creature things. It's like a little species I made. They basically just have 4 eyes of varying like size and shape, everything. But I don't really know what their lore is as a species. They're kind of just there. I like drawing them. So, and this is Fenari again, because she's so cute. And also 2 Lunas. And another Luna up there. They're kind of everywhere. You will see. Ooh, okay. So this, I think I was doing it with my sister. We were doing like a little challenge where we were drawing Pokemon as people. So I started off with this girl. This was like a little, to see what she was going to look like, and then she ended up looking like this. And I'm obsessed with her. I'm so proud with how this came out. Like the translation from Pokemon to human, peak. So good. I did like more thumbnails of like the Meowth one down here. He's pretty cool. He's laid back. And then I did like more ones just by myself because I was like, oh, I kind of like this. And then we have her. I didn't have the right purple to do purloin, and then I wanted that purple to match like the purple in here, and it just didn't work, and I don't like her. I like the concept, I just don't like her. So she's not even there. Ignore her. But this is my little Flabébé girl, and I love her, and I love that I gave her a little purse to match the flower Flabébé. I think that's adorable. But keep her in mind because we will be visiting her later in this sketchbook. Because I love her so much. She's so adorable. Oh, I kind of forgot that I did that one. So this, I believe I was painting that saw from the other page, the little farm one. I had extra paint, so I was like, oh, I don't want to waste this paint. So I proceeded to paint my hand and just smack it on there. I don't know why that went through my head, but that's what we have. Then I did little fingerprints just to fill up the space, I guess. I also have vivid memories of this one, so I was going to color it, and I kind of just forgot about it, so it's not colored. It's meant to be colored. This is going to be in black and white, and this is like going to be rainbows. But I did this on our family vacation to New York. I did it during car rides in hotels, like just when we were chilling and relaxing. I don't know why I remember it so vividly, but like I do, like I have memories of like me sitting on the hotel bed and like drawing and like lining this one. And I did a little kitty down here. He's just a little guy. Oh. For anyone new to art, this is the page where you need to take notes. So, I didn't realize that pencil smudges a lot. So, when you're doing back-to-back pencil drawings, especially like when it's on a sketchbook with these rings, they rub together a lot more. So if you're ever doing pencil back-to-back like this, when you're done with one page, spray it with like a clear adhesive or like even hairspray. Hairspray will work. Because otherwise, your pages are going to be smudgy and gross like this one is. But besides that, besides the little rant, this page was a little thumbnail of stickers for my family. So my parents came to me and they wanted little stickers for a family vacation saying you got Schultzed. So I used these little guys for that sticker. And then I thought we were going to have individual stickers for everybody, like with a little bit of like their personality and hobbies and stuff, and we could just stick those wherever too when we go on vacation. But that never ended up happening. It was just this one. But I still really like all of these. I think they're really cute. Maybe I'll make them stickers one day. We'll see. But they'll be in here for the meantime. For context, also, so as a family, these stickers, I took these little faces and I put them on like a rectangular sticker that says you got Schultz because my last name is Schultz. But so I put that on stickers. Then whenever we go on family vacations, we'll take those stickers with us and we will vandalize public property. Not actually vandalize. We usually find like bars or signs that already have stickers on them and we just put them on there. So it's like a little thing like, hey, we were here. This is my Splatoon page. I think this is also on that New York vacation, if I remember. No, it wasn't. Don't listen to me, I'm a liar. This is not the New York vacation. But I do remember I was doing this with my sister as well. But this was like a random generated like Splatoon character, and I believe this one was too, like where we would just find or like do the random generator things where you could like get accessories and like what gender they are, like stuff like that. So those two were a product of that. And then this was around the time where Splatoon 3 was coming out. So I did a Shiver and a Fry. And can we just take a second to appreciate Fry? The big four-headed girly. I love her so much. She's so chaotic and she's so sweet. And I love her forehead. Like, it's so beautiful. But besides that, I also did, I'm gonna be so real, I forgot his name. I want to say it's like a Mulch, but I don't think that's right. Correct me in the comments. I know, I don't remember this man's name for the life of me. I'm so sorry. But then we have Big Man and the little jellyfish. I don't think this lady has a name in the game, but me and my sister just call her Patty. And just look at her. She's such a Patty. So this is Patty. And this is little chaotic small fry in the corner. And there's like a few more jellyfish on the side to fill it up. But again, make sure you spray your pages if you're doing it in pencil before you close your sketchbook. We're gonna get messy pages. No messy pages. Ooh, okay. This was on the New York trip. I know this for a fact because you can't really see it. The pages bled through a little bit. But this was supposed to be a little scene of like the New York City streets. And I was going to do like little rats and pigeons like inhabiting the area because the amount of pigeons and rats in New York City is insane. Like you see it in movies and everything all the time, but like I didn't actually think it was that bad. And then my family and I were walking through Central Park and we saw so many rats just like chilling. It was honestly kind of cool. Like I like rats and pigeons, so I was vibing, but it's just crazy to see them everywhere. But yeah, so that's what that was supposed to be. I was gonna color it and everything, but then I think I just lost motivation at one point and then I gave up. But then this is also on the New York trip. It was the same thing with the Splatoon people. This was like a random generated thing where we like just picked out what the traits were and like how they dressed. So this is a little elf guy and I really like her. This is a little demon girl. I thought she turned out really, really pretty. This is one of my favorite pages in the entire sketchbook. It's so pretty. I love drawing humanoid animals and like translating their shapes into like humanoid shapes. I don't know what it is, but it's just so fun for me. So I went on Pinterest and I found a bunch of different mood boards. I think all of them had animals on them, but then they had like a overall vibe around the central animal. So I would just like draw them as characters, like with the moods that they had. I think, I don't know, I have so many favorites on this one. I think, oh, I can't, it's like picking between my babies. I don't know if I can. No, I can. I think I really like this design, and I like these two. So, in my free time, I also, I sell earrings, so I go to live event craft fairs, and I sell my stuff. So these drawings were at these craft fairs. I remember this one was at kind of a slow one. I didn't get many sales that day, so I had a lot of time to draw. It was going to be like a little self-portrait of me, because I was like, huh, what do I want to draw? Oh, I can draw myself and just put the camera at me so I can see what I look like. So I was drawing myself, and then I was like, ooh, what if we put in some skull moments with like these little abstract triangle things? This page was also like kind of a slow event. It wasn't too bad, but I just like doodled whatever came to mind. I do vividly remember I was in a mood to draw people with like an inanimate object as a head. So that's why there's a cherry head girl on there. There's not really a reason for it. She's chilling. She's vibing. I also like the dog wizard. He's so cute. But yeah, that's basically what this page is. Just a bunch of little doodles. This one, I was drawing these at work because I used to hostess at my restaurant job. So there'd be a lot of times where we would have lulls in the day, so then I could draw in my sketchbook. And this was during my BoJack Horseman fixation, which I've kind of gotten off now, but I have literally seen this show like 8 times all the way through. It might actually be 10, somewhere in that range, 8 to 10. It's so good. If you guys haven't seen BoJack Horseman, please watch it. I don't know why I love it so much, but it's so good. It's so good. I just realized I went on like a 2-minute rant about BoJack Horseman, and half of it was it was not comprehensible. So I will move on. But this is, I think I was on Pinterest and I was doing like little prompts for OCs. So one of them was to do your OC in like a little mascot costume. So I did Luna in a little cat costume. And she does not like it, as you can see. But that would be her reaction if she had to dress up in a mascot costume, not even gonna lie. She would not like it one bit. But over here on this page, I have, these were different thumbnails for another coworker I was working with at my restaurant job. She wanted a Moana-inspired quote canvas. So I was doing more Moana-based ones like up here, but then we kind of agreed to shift into more of like a generic beachy scene. I think, yes, it was this one that we ended up going with. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it in the video, like, right here. But I was really proud of it at the time. I'm still pretty proud of it. I have so much to go. I spent 25 minutes on, like, 10 pages. Oh no. This one was also at work. I can tell you exactly which ones I have done at work, because I have memories of them for the most part. I think this was around, yeah, well, kind of around Halloween time. This was in September of 2022. But I don't know what inspired me to do this, if I'm being completely honest. I think I just wanted to draw lady faces, so I drew lady faces. Why not? And I like the flowers in here. They're quite pretty. But this is a different OC. I never gave her a name, which is something that is a common theme throughout this sketchbook and all of my characters. But I actually think I'm going to redesign her into a different species. I just kind of made up whatever was going on here. She was like half moth, butterfly, cat, lion? I honestly don't know. I think I just threw a bunch of stuff on there because I thought it looked pretty. And like she has like the little fluffy ears. She's super cool, super sweet. Moving on. And we're back. If you notice any changes with like the lighting or positioning of the sketchbook, I had to take my phone off real quick because I forgot that I had my air conditioning on and it turned off when I was recording. So I just wanted to make sure that the sound was still okay. So if there's any like differences in the frame, that is why. But anyway, over here, this was actually fairly recent. It was from last year, my first semester, so it was my freshman year of college. This was a little thumbnail for my digital art final. I didn't actually end up going with it though, because I couldn't figure out how to do it correctly. So that was just like a little thumbnail from that. I don't know why I used this sketchbook for it, but I did. Then over here, more tattoo designs from my ex-coworkers. Just like a few ideas to do a cover-up on his forearm. But he still wanted like, because the original tattoo is Memento Mori, so he wanted the words like in the new tattoo. So these are just a few ideas of this. And then I have another random girl. She's not like any of my OCs. I think I wanted to draw a girl with big pupils. So this was from about February, March, maybe April this year. I didn't actually date these little thumbnails, so I'm completely guessing. But these are little D&D dragon dice holder thumbnails for my D&D group for my first year of college. So the basic design was like these little dragons were wrapping around these little dishes so they could put in their dice, like their D&D dice in them. And I themed them all after the dice that they used for the actual campaign. So this one was, she had like super pretty like rose gold flower dice, so I did like a little rose dragon for her. The other one, this friend, she didn't use the same dice every time, so I just kind of did like a little bird thing for her, because birds kind of, they collect whatever they want, they just do whatever. So I thought that was a good fit for it. And then for the DM, I did like this little metal dragon with like the metal spikes coming out, because he had these really cool like wrecking ball dice with spikes on them. So I thought that this would fit the vibe of his dice as well. But, oh, actually, I'll put in pictures of those too if I can find them. I'm sure I have good pictures somewhere of how they actually turned out. But I really liked these. These were really fun to make, and I'm really proud of the end result of them. But then over here is another thing I did with my sister. I think there's actually a lot of those in here, so just be prepared. This is a drawing that I did, but then she lined and colored it, and then we were going to do another one, but then we never got to it. But these little doodles I also vividly remember, not from work or a vacation, but this was from theater practice. I think it was specifically when I was in the play Clue for high school. I was in the audience waiting for my turn to like go up on stage and rehearse, so I just was doodling down here. If I remember correctly, oh, nope, I did not remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. I was gonna say I think I drew the characters in here, but that must be later. I know it's in here somewhere. This is thumbnailing for a Sasquatch figure, like statue thing I painted. Like, you know that classic Sasquatch silhouette? Like, your grandma probably has like a big wooden one in her backyard, or someone that you know. So I painted one for one of my aunts because she wanted one for her up north property. So I was kind of figuring out how I wanted it to look, what colors I wanted to use, all that good stuff. This is more thumbnailing for a different painting I did on commission. It was also for one of my ex-coworkers. It was for her recently deceased dog. So we were just kind of like figuring out what was going to be the best option and like what she was kind of looking for. We ended up going with this design. It was pretty simple with just like hard edges, and then I did like a little golden thing on the edges of the canvas, so it was like a little halo. But yeah, that was what this is. I forgot I had him in here. Okay, we're gonna touch on Squirt here real quick. So last year, it was my freshman year of college, first semester. I think it was the first or second week I got here. I went over to one of my friend's dorms, and we all did a challenge. So it was me, her, and her roommate, we did like this little challenge where we would go and randomize animals. I think it was either 2 or 3, depending on which one we're looking at in here. But we just had to combine them into one animal. So this was a hedgehog and a parakeet. And I gave all of mine names. I think we all gave them names, but I don't remember. All of mine have names though. So this is Squirt, and I love him. He was on my wall for like all of my freshman year of college because he's just so cute. He's such a little guy. And this is the back. This is Bernard. This is a combination of a boar, an eagle, and a deer. He's sort of majestic looking. I kind of like this design. He's kind of cool looking. And then this is Betty. She is a scorpion whale. Oh, and then eventually we started putting in like themes or elements. So this one was steam. So she was a cute little underground like geyser whale scorpion thing. And I love her for that. And then we have 2 on this one. Up here is Sally. She is a bat elephant. And then down here is Albert, and he is a octopus snail with like lightning elements. So he generates like storm clouds coming out of his shell and like makes all these big thunderstorms. And he's super scary looking, but I think he's secretly a sweetheart in my own head canon. But that's what these are. So over here, this is a guitar that I painted for one of my ex-coworkers. Actually going through this sketchbook made me realize I did a lot of projects for my coworkers when I still worked at my restaurant job, which is kind of crazy, but hey, I mean, it works. But anyway, this is a guitar that I painted for one of my coworkers. He wanted like a bunch of references to like horror bands and like movies, like just like kind of gothic, kind of Satan-y. Like there ended up being like a little devil lady with like crows and thunderclouds. I did like little eyeballs on I don't know what they're called either. I'm so bad with terminology, but they're like the little round things that are on the guitar that I think you move them to tune them, like on this part. I don't know. If you know what they're called, let me know. But I painted eyeballs on them, and they looked pretty cool. This is the page that I thought was coming before, but this is also for Clue for high school. This is also when I was in the audience, like waiting for my turn to come up and rehearse. So I just started drawing like little face shots of all the people playing who. So this is our Wadsworth and Mrs. White and yada yada yada. I was gonna do our chef, but then I ran out of time and I never got back to finish it. But I really like this page. I really wanted to like do more stylizing of like human people and like figuring out what makes their face unique and like giving them their own identity, because I really like all the differentiation on this page with the faces, but I digress. Okay, I really love this page too. It's so cute. So this is also, actually both of these were still at work. I went on Pinterest and I just wanted to draw cats, so I found these 2 pictures of cats and I fell in love, so I did like little sketches of them. I just can't get over this cat. She's so iconic. I love her. Like I want to be this cat. But then I just drew like little cartoon ones in the corner just to fill up the space, and then he's just a simple little guy. No thoughts. Just he exists, and that's okay. Then these are little tattoo-esque designs. I really like how she looks, like with the little apple-bitten eye. These were just like with pencil, and this one actually didn't smudge as bad as the one before, and I don't know why, because I didn't clear coat this or anything, but I'm not complaining. We don't like the smudging here. But then these are the Cherry Twins, and I think these are super cute. I think this was for one of my coworkers as well. They just wanted like a little drawing of Rocket and Groot from, I think it's Guardians of the Galaxy 2, if I remember correctly. But I never finished it, and then she quit, so it didn't really matter that I didn't finish it. But then these are thumbnails for a different painting during high school. So, well, it was for some kind of project for my painting class. I don't remember what the subject matter was. It might have been mythology, but don't quote me on that. But it was basically this pretty little geisha lady with a kitsune, because I'm obsessed with kitsunes because they are fox creatures and I am obsessed with foxes. So I did like a little thing of her with like this implying this is like, because with kitsunes they like can turn into a human form and they have a fox form and they have like the 9 tails. So like this is the human form of the kitsune and this is like the animal form of the kitsune. I was honestly, I went with this one, but I feel like I like this composition better and I should have done this. But we live and we learn. It still turned out really, really good. Alright, so then this, I have a bunch of like random paper that I just use for whatever and like I'll use for crafting. So this page was just like a little experimentation with this paper and like playing with like the blacks and whites and how they applied on it. So I think I started with this girl and I was like, ooh, she's kind of emo. She's kind of edgy. So then the entire page just kind of became emo and edgy. But I really like the imagery and I like how like the black and the white actually applied on this page. So I need to do more of this. I think this is the only page where I actually like put a different colored paper in here. But maybe for my future sketchbooks. I really like this one. It's really cool. Then over here, this is a commission that I did for my not my public library, my high school library. The librarian really wanted a canvas of an enchanted forest type thing. So we were kind of going through like, we could play with like mushroom houses and like fairies. That was kind of like this idea up here. And then down here is more of like a traditional foresty thing with like a bunch of different creatures in there. I think the end product had a jackalope, a unicorn, mermaid, little gnome guys. There's mushrooms, little mushroom like people things. So my freshman year of high school, I decided to make my own custom stickers out of paper and like tape. I don't know if you guys like have seen those like DIY stickers. You basically just take duct tape and then you put your image, whatever you draw, you can cut it out and then put it on top of that duct tape and then seal it with another piece of duct tape, or not duct tape, what's it called? It's clear tape, but like, packaging tape. So you take packaging tape on the bottom and then you draw whatever you want and then cut it out to like whatever size you want and you put it down on the duct tape. And then you put another layer of tape on top so then it seals these corners right here. So then you have a sticker and you can put it wherever. Just, if you do that at home, be careful with the stickiness of the tape because when I finally took these off of my Chromebook, it was not pretty. There were lots of marks from the residue, but I mean, it looked nice while I had it, so that's all that matters. No, but all of these stickers were on my Chromebook for high school because we were given out Chromebooks to use for coursework. But I really like just having this page as a reminder of what I had on my Chromebooks. Otherwise I would have just thrown them away, and I feel like that would be really sad because I'm a pretty sentimental person. I like to hold on to things, just like because they have memories associated with them. So having this page in my sketchbook is just really nice for me to like look back and be like, oh, high school days. So I really like this one. And on that note, I know for a fact the next page is all of my doodles from the year 2022 to 2023 in high school. And you might notice that this one is a lot more extensive than the first, like, doodle thing. That is because I think 3/4 of all of these were drawn in choir class. At that point in my choir career, I kind of just burnt out of choir and I didn't really care about it anymore. There was, like, just a lot going on my senior year, in and out of choir. But my director, like, wanted to do this, like, big thing with his, like, adult choir. So it's just, like, a lot to handle. I didn't really have a lot of fun, honestly. So a lot of the times during rehearsal, if I wasn't actively singing or if I didn't have to do anything, I would just draw. I think, I'll just point out a few that I like here. I really like the expression on her face and, like, the color. It's definitely something that you go to right away. And I love her for that. I also like this girl. Oh my god. I forgot about Fire Hydrant Wizard. So this is a complete tangent, but me and my sister were driving. I think I was driving her to her friend's house, and I looked over at like the side of the road, and there was a fire hydrant with a traffic cone on top of it. And the first thought that I had was a fire hydrant wizard with a traffic cone hat. So I drew it, and now it's in here forever, and I'll always have a memory of that. So now you guys know too. I think it's adorable. And I have more BoJack Horseman, of course. I have a little Zelda, because I was also playing Tears of the Kingdom at this point in time, and let me tell you, I love Zelda's new design. It's so pretty. I'm so obsessed with her. I cannot wait for Echoes of Wisdom to come out, by the way. First ever Zelda game you can play as Zelda. It's monumental. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I don't think I'm getting it at release though, just because I'm a college student and I'm taking a lot of studio classes this semester, so I probably won't have time, but it makes me really sad because I love Zelda. I have a tattoo of the Triforce because I'm that much of a nerd. I actually don't think I have any other Zelda things in here. That's kind of sad. But anyway, so I have a Zelda here. I have more Luna and Fenari. Don't worry, guys. More of their art is coming up. I think that's everything of note on this page. So, see what I tell you guys. So this is Luna and Fenari. I think this is my favorite drawing of them in the sketchbook. They're just so cute. They're in love. Okay, Luna doesn't look like she's in love in this picture, but she's in love, okay? And I did like little drawings of them up here, like a little chibi style. I think I was just bored, and I was like, I'm gonna draw them, and then I was inspired to do the big one. And then these are more thumbnails for different projects. I think this is the same Enchanted Forest one from before. And then this is a different one I was gonna do. I started the canvas of this like lady with fiery, flowy hair, and I never finished it because I didn't like the face on it. So don't mind that. It's fine. Everything's fine. Guys, it's more Luna and Fenari. Oh my god. I have a problem, but it's okay. These are just like little doodles of a raccoon and a fox because they're really cute. But this is the Lanuna? What is that? This is the Luna and Fenari art. I think I stole this pose off of Pinterest, and I was like, oh my god, they would look so cute doing that together. And then I kind of did the lesbian flag colors in this on accident, but I think it works. It's fine. Everything's fine. They are lesbians, so it fits. Ooh, this is a redraw of, I think I did this drawing in, I want to say 8th grade. So this is an original one that I had in a different sketchbook, and it was like the same concept, like a skull with like the green eyes and like the big tongue. And I remember, I'm pretty sure it was like 7th or 8th grade, and I was so proud of it. I was like, oh my god, this is like the most beautiful, what's it called? A real life skull that I have ever seen, and looking back at it, it was so bad. So I decided to do a redraw of it. So this is the redraw, and I'm a lot more happy with how this looks. It's a lot more vibrant and is going for the vibes I was originally going for. If I can find that original one that I based this off of, I will put it on this side. But yeah, I like this guy. He's pretty cool. Guys, it's more Luna and Fenari. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, this is a TikTok that I did of them. These are just like, because when I do digital art, I do the base drawings first, and then I go back in line and everything. So these are all the initial sketches for that TikTok that I did. And then I was gonna do little Sage stickers from Tears of the Kingdom. But then I think I just got busy or I forgot. But this is the Tullen one. He kind of looks janky, but it's okay. He's trying his best. And then these are the rest from that TikTok I was talking about. And then these are just more of them being cute together. That wasn't in the TikTok. These ones were, though. These are more tattoo designs. This was for my friend and her mom. I don't believe they've gotten them yet. I don't know if she actually picked one, but I have these down here. This is also on a family vacation. This was on our next, or like our last year's vacation. So I was drawing, this is a random lady in a restaurant. I remember that. I don't know why I drew a random lady, but I did. And then this is like just a little hip emo person. I don't know. They're pretty cool. I like the mohawk. Ooh, okay. So going off back to the little fairy lady I had before, this is a character that I have in that world. So basically, her lore, she's kind of the main character, but I have to explain this in like a cohesive way. This is technically the main character, but I like Fenari and Luna a lot better, but she's in the same world as they are. She basically comes from the human world into the magic realm, but she's excited to be in the magic realm. She's like, so canonically, she's about 20, like early 20s, somewhere in there. And I don't really know what the plot's gonna be yet, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I have a bunch of characters for this world, and like I have an idea of what happens, but I haven't really fully fleshed out what the story is yet. But I was kind of designing her, playing with like shapes and what I want her to be. So I kind of had an idea like where she could be like transform into like this crazy shadow beast that she doesn't have control over. This doesn't look very crazy. But that was kind of the idea. I have to revisit this idea sometime and actually like figure out a design for her. But that's what her deal is. These were thumbnails for a series of canvases I wanted to do for my door, or for my wall. But I never ended up finishing them because I didn't like how they were turning out. It was basically going to be all these like angry, cartoony animals with like the goods that we use from them. So like the cow would be like a cheese background with like milk, and then those like big roast pigs in like media and cartoons and stuff with like the apple in their mouth. This pig was like biting off an apple with like lettuce in the background. And the sheep has like wool and yarn, and the egg, or the egg. The chicken has eggs. But yeah, I never ended up finishing it, but it's okay. And I like picked out all the colors for each one too, but oh well. This is another tattoo design. So this is my parents' friend, and she got the tattoo like 2 weeks ago, I think. And it looks so good. I'm so glad that she's happy with it and she really likes it. But it's the snowflake from Frozen with her kids' names in each of like the little triangles, or not the triangles, the diamonds. This page I like. Okay. So at this point I had Splatoon 3 and I was having so much fun with like the locker customization. So I did a bunch of stickers that you can like do on the lockers, and I just went crazy with the colors and like the layering and everything. And I really like how this page looks. It's just so colorful, and I like that the entire page is just filled with color. If you guys have not played a Splatoon game ever in your life, you need to. It's so good. It's so fun. This was more thumbnails for different projects for last year for college. This one in particular was for my English project. It was the history of Pride Fest in Milwaukee. Oh, I never finished this page. These are just like little girl heads. I was originally going to do them all different colors, so this is going to be red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. But I just never actually ended up coloring them. But they're just like little lady faces. I really like this one. She's super cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. So my freshman year of college was an awakening moment for me and my D&D passion that I have now. But this is my character in my D&D campaign, like with my friends from last semester. Her name is Maeve. She's a tabaxi. And her whole thing is that she loves to collect mice as her little friends. So these are all of her mice that she had at the time that I drew this. This is Larry. This is Barnacle. This is Mermaid, and that's Plankton. But then this was a Halloween special, like, session that we did for D&D. So we had to pick costumes, and there's 5 people. There's 5 people in the Teen Titans, and Maeve is definitely a Raven girly. So it just works, and I really like this illustration of her. This is more thumbnailing for different projects from last semester. It's kind of going off the Pride Fest one, where I just like made a little canvas with different pride flag color schemes and like a little heart with all the hands together to symbolize like togetherness and like, woo, Pride Fest, we're together, we're celebrating us. And I really liked how this one actually turned out. It was really good. Okay, so going off the D&D fix from before, this was a campaign, or not a campaign, this was a one-shot that I did for my parents and my sister, because they have never played D&D in their lives. They're not the type of people to play D&D, but I was so enthusiastic about running a one-shot for them that they agreed. So this was like just planning for the one-shot. Mind you, this was the first time I DM'd, and I apologize to my family for it. You can definitely tell it was my first time. It was really bad. I tried to do a murder mystery type thing, and I made it so confusing. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I know it was a lot to handle, but you guys did good in the end. But these were like the different suspects and characters, and this is the girl who died. And then it was like a Clue Manor type setup in here. But honestly, despite the fact that it was really bad, I still really liked running it. It was really fun. So I hope to DM another game soon and learn from my mistakes. I forgot about my Life is Strange fix. So I finally played Life is Strange for the first time around last winter. I think it was, I was home for winter break from college, and I was about to go back, and I finally got Life is Strange because it's available on Switch. So I got it. I have the Life is Strange and like the DLC with Chloe when you're the main character. And I absolutely love it. I love it so much. I fell in love with the gameplay. I fell in love with the world and the characters. It's so good, guys. If you have never played Life is Strange, please play it. It's, oh my god. I don't want to say anything else, so I don't want to spoil anything, but it's so good. I actually went and played True Colors like almost directly after this because I could also get it on Switch, and I love that one too. It's so good. I really like this one. I just want to point that out. Like the little Jane Doe. I'm really proud of that drawing, but that's this page. I forgot how good she looks. Okay, so my junior year of high school, I made a painting of this little hairless cat girl. She was on this super big canvas on a straight view with this hourglass, and she had like 2 little demon dogs by her. I know I have a picture of it somewhere. Maybe I'll put it in here. But I wanted to do like a little tattoo design interpretation of her. So this is the result, and I really like how it turned out. I think it's super, super cool, and I love all the different colors. But then over here, this was also during my winter break last year. I remember I came home from work, and it was a really cold day, and I remember I was super tired, and me and my sister were watching, I think it was Space Buddies. It was a buddy movie, but we were watching this while I was drawing, and yeah, I really like the little dog wizard. He's super cute. And the little pig. The pig was pretty cool too. These were more drawings that I did after I was done working over winter break, just like to do something and like keep my, or like to keep me in the motion of drawing so I wouldn't like forget how to do it before I came back to school. So these are just like little doodles. I like the little toe bean guy. And I really like the cow, but I messed up on the colors. I don't like the mint color I chose for his patterning, but I really like the rendering on the blueberries, so it's okay. This was during a lecture. I was very, very bored, and I was like, I want to draw a cow, but a lady. So here's a cow lady. These were more thumbnails for like those little dragon D&D dice holders. I don't think I have it with me, but it's a little frog guy on a lily pad, and I really like him. This poor, poor soul. I wanted to do a redrawing of a different sketch that I had in one of my older sketchbooks of this girl with galactic tears and pretty purple hair. But the only problem is that other one I did with colored pencils, and this one I wanted to try to do it with alcohol markers. And I failed with the colors so badly. I was so proud of the drawing, and then as soon as I put the colors down, I was like, oh no, what am I doing? It's all ruined. So, yeah, here's the ruined lady. I was trying to go for like lighting, like direct lighting from this eye, and it didn't work. So here she sits, here she lives, and I even put a little sad face in the corner because I was so upset. But anyway. Ooh, I like this. You can't really see it with the alcoholic markers in the background, but this is a straight just doodle page. I just drew whatever was in my mind. It only covers a little bit of it, but I like this. It's pretty cool. And this was a little, I think I asked one of my friends to give me like 3 things to do for a tattoo design. I was in a tattoo design fix in this era of the sketchbook. So I did this like cute little butterfly design with geometric circle type things and flowers. And I like this one quite a bit. Guys, I have another D&D character in here, and she is so iconic. So, she is an air genasi monk, and she was a part of a one-shot that I did with my friends back at home. And I just kind of created her on a whim. I didn't really have like a personality for her going in. I was just kind of like, she's from a small town. She's kind of like hot shit there, so she has a bit of an ego. But that's all I knew going in. And the one shot that we did, she became the biggest whore for everybody that she laid eyes on. She wanted to be up in everybody's business. And the guy who ended up being the bad guy, she was like literally obsessed with him, and she was so heartbroken when he was revealed as the villain. I really want to play her again. She's just so fun to play because she's so chaotic. But that's her shtick. I think I have another page of her later, but she's so iconic. I love her. This is another tattoo design of Riju because I was finishing up Tears of the Kingdom at this point, I believe, and I really like Riju with her short hair. I think it's so pretty. So I just want to do like a little thing with her short hair. And like this is different flowers from her region of Gerudo Desert. And I did a little Patricia plush on the bottom. It's so cute. So this is thumbnails for a small canvas I wanted to do in my free time. Just kind of like exploring different composition things, like with, I think I wanted to do a heart and like a moon with like a clock inside of it and like a crow. I think I started this canvas, I don't know where it went, but I know I never finished it. But I just wanted to like experiment with different compositions and how everything kind of flows together. So thumbnails for that. Zelda fix. So for those of you who don't know, this is a boss in Wind Waker from, I don't remember what it's called. It's the Great Deku Tree one. It's like the second dungeon that you do in the game. But this is the big bad of it, and I think that's so pretty. Like, I love just this design. I especially love, like, the little pokey guys. They're so cute. And I'm just obsessed with all of the art in Wind Waker, honestly. It's, like, so masterfully done in such a beautiful way. It's, I don't know, it's like one of those timeless styles that, like, never looks bad. Like, it's always gonna look good. So, I really like Wind Waker. So this is from Wind Waker. And this over here, this is for my sister's birthday. I wanted to do a little Pokemon trainer of her and like her favorite Pokemon. So I was figuring out like the outfit and the pose I wanted, and then kind of figuring out how I wanted the Pokemon to like be on the side, because it ended up being her on this side and then her Pokemon lineup on that side. But she liked it, and I liked how it turned out too. Guys, remember when I said I don't think I drew any more Zelda things in this sketchbook? I stand corrected. I was lying. I fooled myself. These are more different tattoo designs of Zelda-themed things. So this is a Pona. I really like how she turned out with the markers, actually. This is a Blurpy, the classic compass from the old games. The bubbles, also from Wind Waker, and I really like how these bubbles turned out. They're really pretty. little Navi, and also from Wind Waker. These are little spheres that you collect throughout the game. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with this color palette, guys. I don't think you understand. I really want to draw a tiger, so I started with a tiger base, and I was like, we're gonna make it bougie tiger. So everything became hearts. I gave her a droopy, goopy little eye, some piercings, and the big bow with like the bell necklace. I really like how this looks. I honestly don't know what inspired me to do this. I really think it's just because I wanted to draw a tiger. So we have this cool tiger. This is also just a random lady that I drew. This was in the car, also like on a mini family vacation. We went to medieval times, which if you don't know, it's like the night dinner thing, like where you get to sit in the audience and there's like a night show, like where they joust and like all that good stuff. I was drawing her on the car ride there because I was bored, so then we just have like a little emo goth girl. This was also on the car ride to that show. I basically was just listening to songs that I had, and I just like did like little headshots of like what the song's vibes were. And there's a chicken, because I listened to the chicken song by Bo Burnham, and I love the song, and I love this chicken. What more can I say? So speaking of medieval times, this is what I drew on the ride back after we were done with dinner. Just like with everything that kind of went on, because I thought it was so cool. I'm a sucker for like anything fantasy, and like being able to be in the audience and like watch the entire thing. It was super cool. I loved it. But this was like the little guy who ran the show, and then this is our knight, who, by the way, ended up winning. So, not to brag or anything, but it was pretty cool. This was the evil guy and our guy. This was like the hawk. They had like a little falcon hawk thing at the beginning, so I wanted to draw that guy. So, that's that page. This is another tattoo design. I wanted to do a deer because I think deer are so beautiful. Like, they're so, I don't know, there's something about them that's like so innocent and like cutesy, and their big ears and the big eyes are just so fun to do. So I wanted to make it like a little unicorn type thing, so I gave it like a little antler in the middle of its head and gave it little acorns and leafy greens to match the color of the eye. I really like how I did the markers on this one. I was very proud of the rendering, so hopefully I can keep it up in future pieces, because I really like it. This is an unfinished Twilight Princess tattoo design. I started the gem. I don't know if I'm actually ever going to go back and finish it, because the thing is, in my mind, the sketchbook is finished. All the pages have something on them. So I don't think I'm ever going to go back and actually finish it, but I like the drawing of it, and I like the different, like, line weights in this drawing. I don't know, I don't think I'll ever finish it, but that's okay. Some things just don't need to be finished. Guys, it's more Alia. So, this is more drawings of Alia from before. I forgot to mention before, she's an air genasi. She controls her hair to look like this, so she looks more fancy. But this is what her hair looks like when she is not controlling it. But I did like a few like little expressions of her down here. And these are just notes from my job from last semester and more thumbnails of sculptures or paintings I was going to do. This is Luna. I added lore to her. So she is the daughter of the war, like the person in charge of the military. So she's the daughter of the person in charge of the military of her world. So her normal attire is usually like this set of armor when she's like in the castle or council settings. But then outside of that environment, she's more like casual and she'll like dress more comfortably. But this is what she's usually in. This is a little Shelder Pokemon guy, but I never actually finished him. So he's just kind of chilling on the page with her. They're vibing. These are more like traditional tattoo designs that I was kind of experimenting with. I really like this one, like the little punk panther ripping out of the skin. And I wanted to try to like finish the page, but the more that I was drawing, I didn't like them. So I did this one next, and then I finished with this one, and I was like, yeah, I don't like doing this anymore. So then I stopped. But I still really like that guy. He's cool. This is another page that I did at a craft fair. It was more of a dead craft fair. But I wanted to like I said before, I like doing anthropomorphic animals. So I was playing around with like different shapes of different animals. So I think my favorite is the little rat guy just falling. He looks so scared, and he fits like perfectly in between everybody. But yeah, I was just kind of playing around with animals. This guy, he actually comes up on the last page, and I will go into a lot more depth about the last page because I have a lot to talk about. But he's on there. Ooh, okay. This is a drawing that I did of my sister's OC, her Pokemon OC. I did that for Art Fight this summer, which I also did Art Fight for the first time this summer, and it was really, really fun. I had a really good time. So I'm definitely doing it next year, but this is one of my art fights for it, and this is a different one of her OCs that I just did for fun. She has ice powers, and she's kind of like a cold-hearted bitch, but look at her, she's so cool. Alright, these are more art fights that I did from this last summer. You can tell I like drawing animal people. And these were really fun. Like, I really like the color palettes and concepts for these two, so I had a good time doing them. It's a little hard to see what's going on this page, but this is Fenari. This is her, like, noble suit, kind of like how Luna had her, like, professional attire. This is her professional attire. She has, like, a little dress with, like, her family crest in the middle. But I colored on the other side, so you can't really see it. But that's okay. So these are my Pokemon OCs, because I was inspired by my sister, and I was like, you know what? I want my own Pokemon OCs, so I made some. This is the Flabebe one I was talking about before. I remade her into a, like, she's kind of a spoiled little brat. Her parents really like her energy and, like, give her a lot of gifts and just spoil her way too much. So she has her Flabebe, and she always does, like, little fashion shows with her little pup. Her name is Floor, by the way. Floor and Fawn. Like Flora and Fauna. I don't know why I decided that on the names, but I just, like, liked the vibe of that, because they're both sisters. They come from the same family, but they have very different vibes and aesthetics and temperaments. So they're kind of an iconic duo. So when they're put together, Flora is always trying to dress up Fawn as much as she can, like try to get her to wear bracelets and, like, give her makeovers and do her makeup. And you can kind of see she has little pink bracelets on both of her hands and a little flower chain. That is the work of Floor. She wanted Fawn to have pretty jewelry and look more ladylike. But Fawn doesn't mind. She's a good sister. At the end of the day, she kind of likes the effort that Floor puts into trying to make her look more presentable, I guess, or more to her standards. But Fawn's just like a new Pokemon trainer, and she's going out for the first time and trying to get all the badges and find her own way in the world. But I think when I was drawing them, they're still kind of in that home environment where they can kind of interact with each other. But I really like both of them. They're really, really cute, and I especially love Fawn's, like, little leaf tufts that match Phantom. I was really proud of that fact, and it looks so pretty. So, there are these two. This is another D&D character, guys. I tried to do a different rendering style for her, and it didn't really end up working. I tried to do a colored pencil outline and doing the markers on the inside, but I don't like how it turned out. But basically, she's another character I made for a one-shot, and she is a paladin high elf, but, like, a very pacifist paladin, because she's more of a healer than anything, but she learned how to fight because it was required, because she works for the castle medical staff. So she was originally hired on as a soldier, but then just gradually retired into the medical area. But she's super sweet, pretty straightforward. She's going to tell you how it is, and I really like her. These are my hyperfixation characters at the moment. I absolutely adore them. So over work this summer, I had the idea of creating, like, a little cat world. So basically, these are the characters for my cat world. The idea right now is that they're going to be on a little island, and it follows Olive. This is like the little main character guy. He is canonically about, I want to say like 8. I think I decided on 8, around 8 years old. And this is his cousin, Maisie. He's very outgoing and loud and is not afraid to do whatever he likes. And Maisie is quite the opposite. She's very shy, very unconfrontational, and very unsure of herself. But we love her for it. She's so freaking cute. And this is her sibling, Max. They're kind of edgy, kind of like, I don't want to be here, guys. Just let me go. But basically, the story I have in my mind right now is this is Pancakes. Pancakes is the mother to Olive, and she's moving back home to her home island where all of her family is because she fell on hard times. So she's just trying to get her life back together and have like a little moment of rest before she goes back to normal life. So she brings her son Olive, and she moves back in with her parents, Barnaby and Bagel, and they are so cute together. They love each other so much. And her brother, Tomathan, and Tomathan is the father to Maisie and Max. So they're kind of like a close-knit family, and they all live together. I'm not exactly sure what I want the plot to be, but I am currently on a character fix of just making a bunch of characters for this world. So this is Pearly. She's the resident grouch. She does not like the kids at all and does not like their antics. Merida is a cute little hairless cat. She runs the catnip dispensary on the island, and Max really admires her, like, a lot. Kind of has a low-key crush on Merida, but she's too old for them. So basically, like, it's a whole Dipper and Wendy situation where Max has this crush on Merida, but they know it's never going to happen because she's too old for them. So I really like that dynamic, though. And then Huckleberry is the local fisherman. He is very, very sweet, very laid back, kind of like country-esque, and we love him. And Rook is literally just the most devious man you will ever see. He is kind of a vocal, like, hey, what you need, I can hook you up guy. He's always trying to swindle people and try to rip people off, but he's just a cute little guy. You can be mad at him. And then this is the idea that I kind of have. This is the ghost of the island. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with it yet, but this is the design for it. It's right there and ready to go. But with that final page, that concludes my sketchbook. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my first time like ever doing something like this. So I apologize if it's not like the highest quality or if it's kind of like janky, but I had a good time filming this, honestly. I've been talking for about an hour and a half now, so my brain's a little bit fried, but I'm really glad that I was able to share this with you guys, because I, again, am very, very proud of this sketchbook. I'm currently working on this bad boy. I have not gotten very far in it, but it's a more heavy-duty sketchbook where I can do a lot of more paints, and I can do the alcoholic markers without them bleeding so much. So whenever I finish this, I will probably do a sketchbook tour of this one as well. But I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Let me know if you want to see anything else from me. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!